like an All-American for you guys that night.
Yeah, she is, just starting to come into her own. She's playing well. And she's got a nagging injury, too, so she's just not been in practice as much. So we got to kind of watch her because she has a foot injury that she's been dealing with. And so she's not at 100%, but she's been giving it everything, hard, out there playing. And we kind of sparingly, practice her when, in practice, and she have to stay out. You can't have as many reps. So, yeah, she's been having some really good games for us.
What are the secrets for your girls tonight against Missouri Valley?
Well, I think the one thing we're going to have to do is try to slow the game down, because we don't have the numbers, obviously, and we don't have, the quickness. So we have to play to what our strength is and our inside kids, and so and stay out of foul trouble. I think that's the biggest. Those are some big keys for us right now.
So there you have both coaches. Here are the starting lineups. First of all, for the Crusaders, they're 5-19 overall, 4-12 in the league. Amanda Landholt out of Springfield, a 5'4" senior. Regine Brown, we mentioned her with that big night she had out of Tampa, Florida, in the starting lineup. Jessica Lessman out of Nixa, Missouri, along with Braithen Helms from Seymour, and Allison Swanson, the big gal in the middle, out of Omaha. For the Vikings, Andressa Augusto, St. Paulo, Brazil, 5'6" junior. Raina Smith out of St. Louis, 5'7" junior starting. Paris Johnson, 5'6", senior, Kansas City. DJ Jenkins, Fresno, California, 5'4" senior. And then Alicia Winston in the middle, 5'11" junior. You talk about small lineup, Joe. All the Vikings have it tonight.
Yeah, they do. Winston, Jenkins, Paris Johnson, Raina Smith, and Andressa Augusto. But should be a very quick team. Let's see what happens. And got to hold the big girl, Allison Swanson. She leads this team in scoring, averaging 13.3 points a game. So Vikes will need to contain her on the inside. Ready to go. Ball in the air. Tap controlled by the Vikings. Quickly ahead to Jenkins, and DJ missed a layup. Oh, boy, a nice tip to Raina Smith. Raina found DJ streaking down the left side, but couldn't get the shot to fall. So Evangel has the ball, chance to draw first blood here.
Yeah, that would have been a good way to use this quick lineup right off the bat. Missed an easy layup.
Now left wing it comes outside to Helms. Helms head of the key to Regine Brown. Down low to the big girl Swanson. Fakes. Oh, she walked but got away with it. As Allison Swanson pump fake, moved both feet, but no call. She gets the game's first bucket.
She's going to be tough to stop. We'll see how the Vikings can handle her.
2-0. Evangel draws first blood here. Left wing, Paris Johnson. Paris head of the key. The senior out of Kansas City gives it on the right wing to Augusto. Back head of the key. Deep three by DJ. This one off the front of the rim. No good. And Regine Brown tracks down the rebound for the Crusaders. 2 shots for the Vikings have come up empty so far.
Now, Joe, the Vikings not a great rebounding team anyway. And then you take out 15 rebounds a game. It's going to be tough.
They could really have to do a good job screening out on the boards here this evening. Right wing, Regine Brown. Brown guarded by Paris. Head of the key to the big girl, Swanson. Gets it on the left wing to Landholt. Now in the corner it comes to Helms. Now back to Landholt. Down to 4 on the shot clock. Landholt flips up a shot inside. No good. And now they say that ball, I guess, did not hit the rim. That's going to be a shot clock violation against Evangel. Good defense by the Vikings that time.
Now, Swanson, we talked about her 6'3" sophomore, and again, that's going to be a tough ball on both ends of the court for the Vikings to see how they handle her.
Zone defense looks like by Evangel.
Yep.
In the zone, head of the right wing to Paris. Paris lobs inside to Raina. Raina flips one up inside. Raina Smith. Raina plays Mr. Postman there. Goes to the post. Got the shot inside. Flipped it up and in. Ties it up at 2.
Well, they were bringing Swanson way out of the free throw line of that zone, so the Vikings just snuck behind it and got Raina open.
Now lob inside. Ball taken away by Andressa Augusto. There's that quickness as the junior from Brazil gets a steal. Right wing to Raina. Raina has the Vikings' only bucket so far. Comes around a screen into the paint. Almost lost it. Now gets it back. Head of the key to Paris. Paris' deep three. Splash! Got it. Paris Johnson knocks down a 3. That's her first triple of the game. And the Vikings take a 3-point lead with 17 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in the half.
Now Paris waited. And newsflash, you folks from Evangel, if you let her have that open shot after a while, she's going to let it go.
A nice touch. She's a streak shooter. Now driving inside. Nice pass to Swanson on the baseline. Swanson missed the jump shot. Winston gets a rebound. Good pass by Lessman, but Swanson could not hit the jump shot. So Vikes good defense once again. Now Reyna crashes inside, up and in. And that was a power move that time as Reyna drove right down the left side of the lane, took it up strong, put it in. Vikes on a 7-0 run. They lead at 7-2. Vikes at that man-to-man defense. Brown, head of the key. Right wing over to Lessman. Lessman guarded by Reyna Smith. There's a deep three by Helms. This one an air ball off the left side, no good. So Braithen Helms misses her first shot of the game. Vikings on a 7-0 run, get it back with the 16:52 left to play in the half.
Boy, I'd really like to see this team play this well early. Doing a great job so far. Playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, they're doing a good job on both ends of the court so far. Now Augusto against the zone. Stop and go dribble back to Paris. Paris has already launched and nailed 1-3. DJ left wing Andressa. Andressa comes around a Johnson screen. 12 on the shot clock. Stop and go dribble. Now to Reyna. Reyna puts up a three off the right wing. This one off the side, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds, and they're going to say that was last touch. I believe last touch by the Vikings, so this will be Evangel ball. 7-2, Vikings lead at 16 minutes and 26 seconds left to play in the first half as the Vikings try to go over the 500 mark. They're 8-8 in conference play, currently in 5th place. Our guess is that's where they will finish in the standings, but could still catch Culver Stockton for 4th. Now Regine Brown has her shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Paris Johnson as Paris whacked Regine Brown on the arm. That'll put Brown on the line for a couple. She's a sophomore out of Tampa. Last time these two teams played, Ken, she had 28 points.
Wow, and she was just, she was really the only thing they had that night. Swanson was in some foul trouble, and I mean, she kept him in the game.
And she knocks the first free throw down, so that breaks that Vikings 7-0 run. She'll have one more to try to make it a 3-point game. 16-16 left. Second shot by Brown's good. So Regine Brown, the sophomore, buries a couple of free throws. 7-4 Vikings. It's that zone, head of the key, Reyna. Left wing to Andressa. Augusto back to Reyna, head of the key. Right wing, Alicia Winston now gets it back to Reyna. Vikes need to penetrate. Deep three by Paris. This one misses off the right side. Swanson goes up in the crowd, and she's at least a head and a half taller than anybody else on the floor right now. There's a deep three off the left wing. This misses by Lessman. Nice rebound by Paris Johnson. Vikes want to run. DJ quickly to the left wing. Now she'll back it out to Augusto. Andressa picked up in the zone defense by Lissman. Now gets it into Alicia Winston. Basket and one, I think, and it is. Nice job. They get the ball into Alicia Winston. Called an offensive foul on Alicia. I thought they signaled bucket and one. That's going to be a push-off on Alicia. That'll be her first foul. That's team foul number 2 on the Vikings. We've got a timeout on the floor. Vikings lead it with 15.5 minutes left to play in the half. They lead it 7-4.
Well, I think that's the way Alicia has to continue to play anyway, Joe. I don't know. There's a lot of I couldn't see it was screened out there, but they ruled that as a charging foul. Whether it was or not, she cannot get intimidated. She has to continue to play like that.
Well, on the Vikes' knee, they've been passing the ball around the perimeter pretty well, but they've got to look to penetrate. Got to get that ball into the paint. And that'll open up some outside shots if they can do that.
Yeah, they're going to have to penetrate. You're right a little bit. The last couple times down, they settled for that outside shot. And even though we can hit the three, we're just not a great outside shooting team. The Vikings come into this game, the three-point line, 32%, so and 39% overall. So let's see if they can't get to the basket a little bit and try to get Swanson in a little bit of foul trouble.
DJ Jenkins, Paris Johnson, Andressa Augusto, Alicia Winston, Reyna Smith, the 5 on the floor for the Vikings right now. Regine Brown, guarded by Paris, gets it head of the key to Lessman. Almost threw it away. Now lob down low and taken away. I'm not sure who that ball was intended for, but it was taken away by Reyna Smith for the Vikings. Good D by Missouri Valley.
I think Swanson, but it wasn't a very good pass.
Now DJ on the right wing. Stop and go dribble. Back out to Reyna, head of the key. Get it on the right wing to Augusto. Deep three by Andressa. This one no good. So the Vikes have missed, I think, their last 3 shots from the outside. Here come the Crusaders into Brown. Brown almost had it taken away. Gets it back. Missed the shot. Winston the rebound. Now the Vikings throw it out of. No, they say it was tipped. Say it was tipped by Evangel. So Vikes will retain possession with 14 minutes, 46 seconds.
Now they've changed it, and they're going to give it to Evangel, I guess. One official said it was tipped. The other one said no.
So now it goes back to the Crusaders. Conflicting signals right there. Helms on the left wing and Landholt down low to Swanson. Swanson guarded by Winston. Nice spin move. Nice job that time as Allison Swanson spun to the right, came back to the left, and flipped it in to make it a 7-6 game. Vikes need to cover her up inside. She has 4 of the 6 Evangel points so far. Augusto outside, picked up in the corner by Lessman. Tried to go baseline, cut off there. Now back to DJ. DJ stop and go dribble inside. Back to Reyna. Reyna fakes a 3, now drives to the right side, flips it up with the left hand and missed it. Rebound Swanson. Evangel can take the lead here with 14 minutes left to play in the half. They trail by 1. The Vikings come in with a record of 8-8. And now Brown gets it inside. They're going to call a traveling violation on her. So Regine Brown, good defense by Winston that time. Brown travels. We said the Vikings come in at 8-8 conference play. Evangel comes in at 4-12. The Crusaders have lost, I think, 11 of their last 12 conference games. I was looking at this stat a minute ago, and they really struggle. They've lost 5 in a row, and I think 11 of their last 12 in conference play. Now Reyna Smith gets it inside. Nice pass as DJ finds Reyna. Reyna's got 6 points right now. 9-6, the Vikings lead by 3.
Just as you called it, get the ball inside. Even as they're playing a zone, work that ball inside that lane. That's what the Vikes did.
Now Vikes look like they're going to play a little zone here. Lob into Brown. Brown in the corner. There's a deep 3 by Lessman. Good. Knocks it down. And that was Jessica Lessman. She knocks down her first shot of the game, ties it at 9. Now Augusto drives right around everybody on the left wing, and Dressa puts it on the deck, goes to the left wing, lays it in. 11-9 Vikings, 13 minutes and 5 seconds left to play in the half.
Now we're a quicker team. We need to use that quickness just like we saw in the last 2 possessions. Get to the basket.
Landolt, right wing. Lob inside, headed for Brown, taken away by Paris Johnson. Here comes Paris down to the rack, throws it up, had it blocked and knocked away. I think that was Lessman that got the block then. Here come the Crusaders. Landholt into the corner to Helms. Now back outside. Landholt gets it on the left wing to Paige Patterson, who's checked into the lineup. Now back to Lessman. Lessman head of the key. Landholt down to 12 on the shot clock. Helms will set the offense between the circles. Wrap-around pass inside. There's a deep 3 by Landholt off the right wing is good. And Amanda Landholt buries a triple. That's her first bucket of the game. That's the second tray for Evangel. And they take a 1-point lead with 12 minutes and 16 seconds left to play. Vikes need to keep the pedal to the metal on offense here. A short lineup on the floor. Reyna Smith outside to DJ. DJ quickly down the middle, and she's fouled on the drive. So there's that quickness. The defender just could not keep up with her, and I believe that foul is going to come up. That's going to come up on Braithen Helms. That'll be her first, and that's the first team foul on Evangel. The Vikings have only 2.
The Vikings, we look at the outside shooting. Both teams liking to do that tonight. The Vikings have taken 463 three-pointers to 392 for the Crusaders on the season.
Vikes can take the lead once again with a basket here. Paris pulls up for the jump shot. This one rims around and comes out. Rebound Patterson for Evangel. Good shot by Paris. Just had it roll around the rim and kick out the left side.
Julia Vasquez will check in to the next opportunity for the Vikings.
Now they lob it inside to Patterson. Into the corner. There's a 3 by Landholt. She missed this one. Offensive rebound underneath by, good job that time by Samantha Williams, who's checked in. Now Williams down the baseline. Hands it inside to Patterson. She goes up in a crowd, and they're going to say she's fouled. So that was a nice offensive rebound by Samantha Williams. Got the ball inside to Paige Patterson. She'll be on the line for 2 shots.
Second foul on Alicia.
That's Alicia's second, and she's really the only player with any size that we've had on the floor thus far tonight.
We may see Shelby Ackland, 5'9" freshman of the West Plains. Hadn't played much this year, but might get pressed into service tonight. We'll see.
First shot by Patterson's good. She'll have one more. She is a freshman out of Dexter, Missouri. She averages 4.4 points a game. And Julia Vasquez, the junior out of Earth, Texas, checks into the Viking lineup with 11.5 minutes left to play in the first half.
Haven't seen Kelsey Griffin. I don't know
if she's ill. She's dressed out, I know.
She's dressed out, so we'll see what's going on there.
Second shot by Patterson misses, but an offensive rebound misses also. And now Winston tracks it down. So the Vikings give up the offensive rebound, but dodge the bullet there. They trail by 2. Vasquez on the left wing. Back outside, DJ. DJ picked up outside by Cogburn, excuse me. Now DJ hands over to Augusto. Back to Julia. Julia lobs in for Winston. Alicia drives in, flips it up and in. Nice job as they get the ball into Alicia Winston. Nice pass by Julia Vasquez. Alicia goes in strong. We're tied at 13.
Well, Swanson's out of the game right now, so they need to get that ball inside to Alicia, see if she can't get some offense going in there.
Lessman outside. Wraparound pass into Patterson. Left wing. There's a three off the left wing by Samantha Williams. Misses, and DJ Jenkins goes up in the crowd, rips down the rebound. Here come the Vikings trying to regain the lead. Three by Vasquez, a little bit strong. Rebound Cogburn now had it taken away by Gusto. Good job by the junior out of Brazil. 13-13, 10 minutes and 25 seconds left to play in the first half. Jenkins, skip pass across to Andressa, into the corner. Good ball movement by the Vikings. Paris thinks about a three. Now stop and go dribble back to Augusto. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Andressa cut off on the baseline. Now tried to throw it inside, had it taken away by Cogburn. Good ball movement, just could not get it. They tried to go inside, had it knocked away, and now Kelsey Griffin gets set to check in for the Vikings. Cogburn, left wing over to Landholt. Landholt, head of the key, Samantha Williams. Vikes look like they're kind of man-to-man right now, I believe. Now there's going to be a foul as Andressa Augusto runs into Heidi Cogburn. Andressa picks up her first foul, and that's team foul number 4 on the Vikings.
And so Kelsey will check in, and Alicia Winston going to get a rest. Alicia plays good minutes, but she has played over 10 minutes in one stretch. I doubt if she's played that long in one stretch before. She's kind of tired.
Kelsey's not that big, but she plays very big for her size.
She's going to have to work inside now.
They only list her at 5'7", but she plays strong. Now right wing, Cogburn for Evangel. Back outside, Williams. Lob into Patterson. Flips it up, and they're going to call her for traveling. They're going to say Paige Patterson shuffles both feet. Ball back to the Vikings. Tied at 13. 9.5 minutes left to play in the half. Been stuck on 13 for a while now. Need a bucket here. High post. Turnaround by Paris. Good. Paris Johnson. Paris knocks down her second bucket of the game. A turnaround jump shot right around the free throw line. That puts Missouri Valley up by 2 points. Nice quick shot that time. Now a steal by Griffin. Griffin steps into the passing lane. Kelsey gets the steal. Back to DJ. Paris again from the left wing. Got it! Paris Johnson's on fire right now. That's her second triple. She's got 8 points. She scored the last 5. And the Vikings are on a 5-0 run, have opened an 18-13 lead. I think they're on a 7-0 run. I think that bucket by Winston. And then 5 straight by Paris. The Vikings lead at 18-13 with 8:54 left in the half.
All right, Joe, I've got in front of me some raffle tickets. I'm going to tell you what's going on tonight. As people come in tonight, and they've all day long, they've been raffling tickets for a memorial in honor of former MVC student Justin Souls. Justin was a member of the football team, and he died here last summer from the state of Louisiana. And so they're raffling tickets, and they're going to have a memorial for Justin Souls, and then they're going to give away some things, raffling some items tonight. So maybe we can I'll get some tickets to the movie theater. You can take your wife to the theater or something. We'll figure something out.
I need to figure a way to get back in her good graces again. That would definitely help.
Well, how about a gift card to Sonic or something?
Hey, that's
like that? Anyway,
that's a start.
Anyway, it's for a really good cause. Justin Souls. I know Justin. I talked to Justin. His brother still lived in Louisiana, and he'd come up and he'd say, "Man," he says, "my brother likes to listen to you guys more than he likes to listen to the announcers in the SEC." And I said, "Well, I don't know about all that."
Well, that's good.
But I always listened to Valley, and Justin was here, and he was part of the football program, and had a seizure and died last summer. So they're raising some money for a memorial.
Well, that's good that they're hate to lose Justin. That was very tragic, but very nice that they're doing this in his honor tonight.
Did a lot to the football team.
We certainly miss him. Yep. Wish his family the best.
Yep.
You know, speaking of the SEC, well, how about those Tigers? Nice win against Florida the other night. They denied Billy Donovan his 500th career win. All right, Vikings up by 5. 8 minutes and 49 seconds left. Vikings need to keep the pressure on defense. Right wing Landholt for Evangel. Gets it on the right wing to Cogburn. Now they lob it into Patterson. Patterson goes up off the glass. And what they call an offensive foul? I think they call an offensive foul on Paige Patterson, and that's the second time they've called an offensive foul. Once on Alicia Winston, once on Patterson inside. So good defense on the interior by the Vikings as Swanson and Helms check back into the Crusader lineup. Vikings lead it by 5. 8.5 minutes left to play in the half.
Yeah, Regine Brown comes in as well.
High post, Reyna. Reyna drives right around Swanson and puts it in. Basket and one. It's a nice quick move by the junior out of St. Louis as Reyna Smith set up on the high post that time, spun real quickly to the left side, flipped it up quickly, and draws the foul on Patterson. And Reyna has 8 points already, a chance to make it 9 here.
And the foul's on Swanson. That is her first.
So the left-hander out of St. Louis missed the free throw. And Swanson gets the rebound for Evangel. But good start for Reyna with those 8 points. Now quickly Landhold brings it across the timeline. Right wing Regine Brown, lob for Swanson underneath. And boy, the Vikings had her double team, but they just lobbed it right over the top to Allison. She got the ball, laid it in, cuts the Viking lead down to 5. That's about all you can do. They had a double team on her. That's about the best you can do. And now the Vikes throw it away, but looks like that Evangel kicked it out of bounds on the far sideline. So the Vikes will retain possession. Just over 8 minutes left in the half. They lead it by 5, trying to win their 9th conference game of the year against 8 losses. Now Evangel still in that zone defense. Right wing to Paris, head of the key, Augusto. And Dressa gets it back to Paris. Paris to the baseline, pulls up for a jumper. This one missed. And the rebound to Regine Brown. Good look. Paris went to the baseline, went up, just kicked it off the back of the rim. Lob down to Swanson. There's that double team again. Swanson goes up, and they're going to call traveling. They're going to say Allison Swanson shuffled those feet down low, and Coach Leon Neal did not like that call, but that's going to be a violation against the Crusaders. So the Vikes with 7.5 minutes left get it back with a 5-point lead.
Kelsey was behind her trying to guard and said, thank goodness they called the travel because there's no way I can stop her.
Nothing they could do about that.
Can't stop it.
Good job double teaming, though. That's what you have to do against the big girl. Augusto, no look, quick pass to Reyna. Reyna spins inside, now try to get it back to Adressa. Goes out to Vasquez. Julia back to Paris. Deep three by Paris. Missed this one. And now they're going to get Kelsey Griffin as she goes over the back of Allison Swanson. So Kelsey picks up her first foul, trying to get that offensive rebound, and that's team foul number 5 on the Vikings with 7:08 left to play in the first half.
Now this first half moving right along here.
Vikes look like they're in that man-to-man defense. Landhold gets it to Regine Brown. Brown back to Landhold. Landhold guarded by Vasquez. Launches a 3 off the left side. This one no good. Rebound Paris Johnson. Vikes want to run. Paris dribbles right in front of the Evangel bench. Now gives it out to Vasquez. Head of the key to Reyna. Reyna on the left wing to Augusto. Reyna thinks about a 3. Now stops and spins into the middle. Throws it up in the middle, and she's fouled on the drive. So once again, a nice job of penetrating inside by Reyna Smith, the junior out of St. Louis. And that foul is going to come up, I believe, on Braithen Helms, and that'll be her second. We got a timeout on the floor. 6 minutes and 35 seconds left to play in the first half. The Vikings have led most of the way. Right now they lead at 20-15.
Well, here are the standings going into tonight's play. Of course, Mid-American Nazarene 15-1. All but they have clinched it now. Benedictine 13-3. They'll be second, it appears. Baker 11-5. Culver 10-6, and Valley 8-8. And then Graceland 6-10. Central Methodist and Peru 5-11. Evangel 4-12, and Avila 3-13. So with 2 games to go, there you have the standings. The conference champs are anointed. Mid-American Nazarene on the women's side, and this Evangel team on the men's side.
Well, the Vikings can assure themselves at least a 5th place finish if they can win tonight. And you want to try to be in the top 4 if you can. If you're in one of those top 4 spots, you get to host a first-round playoff game, and they could still catch Culver Stockton, but we've got to win both of our games, and the Cats have to lose both of theirs. All right, Viking ball, 5-point lead. Jenkins inside, down the baseline to Reyna. Oh, Reyna bumps into Brown. Brown goes to the deck, no call. Now back out, head of the key to DJ. DJ stop and go with that quick dribble. Johnson, Paris pulls up for a jumper, banks it in.
I
did not hear her yell
We'll
bank,
take
but
it.
she banked it
We'll
in and
take
give
it.
her 10 points in the game. And the Vikings lead it by 7. I think that's their biggest lead of the game.
She said, I'll take some of that scoring load.
Regine
tonight.
Brown inside, flips up a shot. Good defense by Rada. She missed the shot. Rebound DJ for the Vikings, up by 7. Bring it across the timeline. Vasquez in the corner. Wrap-around pass down low to Reyna. Julia gets it back. Her 3 in the air, good! And Julia Vasquez buries her first 3, and that's the 3rd triple of the half by the Vikings. Ken, they lead it by 10.
How about this offense right now? This very short, quick offense. They're playing well.
Vikes in that man defense. 5:33 left to play in the half. Regine Brown spins to the baseline. Now wide open underneath. They get it to Swanson. And Allison Swanson, that's her 8th point. She's got 8 of the 17 for Evangel to cut the lead down to 8.
Alicia Winston will come back in at the next opportunity for the Vikes.
Right wing Johnson. Skip pass all the way to Julia on the left wing. Back head of the key. Inside to Reyna. Reyna back to DJ. DJ tried to split the double team. Now is it taken away by Regine Brown. Tough to dribble against the in the middle of that zone.
Very tough.
Right wing now to Lessman. Lessman head of the key to Helms. Helms around a screen with the left-hand dribble. Spins inside, puts it up and in. Braithen Helms, a nice take off the left side. Used the screen, flipped it up with the left hand, got it to go. And the Crusaders have scored the last 4 points. They trim the Viking lead down to 6.
Yeah, the best way to beat a zone, pass the ball.
Yeah, got
you dribble
to.
it, then they can double team you.
High post Griffin.
There you go.
Reyna Smith for 3. This one misses. Rebound Swanson. And she just holds that ball up, says, come get it, ladies.
But, you know, they passed the ball that time and got a good shot.
They
Didn't
did.
dribble it, passed it, and got an open shot.
They did. Yeah, the good ball move. Vikes have moved the ball pretty well all evening. Now Landholt bumped by Swanson. No call. Now Swanson gets a pass inside. Back to Brown. Regine goes inside. Up off the glass. Missed it. Nice rebound by Reyna. Nice aggressive defense on the inside by the Vikings that time. Now Reyna. Head of the key to DJ. 3:53 left in the half. Vikes clinging to a 6-point lead. They've led most of the half. Trying to go 9-8 in conference play. Can nail down at least 5th place if they can get a win here tonight. Now Reyna drives inside, had it swatted away, and that was Swanson, the big girl. But once again, nice job by Reyna Smith of taking the ball to the basket.
Now Swanson, we said, leads them in scoring and rebounding, 13.3, 7.1, and that's her 13th block on the year as well. So she does a lot for this ball club.
Now Morgan McSmith checks into the Viking lineup along with Kelsey Griffin. Now they get it on the baseline to Winston. Alicia backs it out. And shot clock violation. The shot clock winding down. Alicia tried to crank one up over the top of Swanson. Swanson swatted it out of bounds, and the shot clock buzzer went off. So 3.5 to go. The Crusaders get it back, down by 6.
I think Alicia lost track of that time. Didn't know how much time was left.
Now, nice steal. Julia Vasquez gets the strip. Good play by the junior. Quickly to Morgan McSmith. Now McSmith hands back out to Julia. Julia, who got that steal just seconds ago, gives it back to McSmith. Kelsey Griffin. Kelsey right wing in the corner. There's a deep 3 out of the corner. This one misses. That one taken by Julia. And there's a foul on the rebound.
I think it hit the guide
just
wire.
hit the guide wire, so no foul. Just out of bounds off of the Vikings. So Evangel with 3 minutes and 2 seconds left to play in the half. The Crusaders down by 6. Get it back.
Well, the Vikings, again, without their 2 leading scorers and rebounders, playing pretty well here
Played
in
a
the
good first half. Played a very gutsy, very aggressive first half. Now Landholt outside. Guarded out there by McSmith. Head of the key to Williams. Now to Cogburn on the left wing. Cogburn skip pass across. Landholt fakes. Now cut off by McSmith. 6 on the shot clock. There's a 3 by Landholt. This one no good. Rebound Julia. Here come the Vikings. Vasquez quickly across the timeline. Bounce pass into Jenkins. DJ somehow saved the ball, but now it's knocked out of bounds.
Somehow got the ball, tried to roll one across the lane, and Swanson kind of kicked it out of bounds. Vikings ball, but 21 on the shot clock.
There was a mad scramble on the floor that time, and somehow DJ managed to keep possession, managed to tip the ball out of bounds off of one of the Crusaders. So Gusto comes back in. Julia Vasquez takes a seat for the Vikings. Jenkins in the corner to Griffin. Kelsey spins into the paint. Now reverses back to the left. Gets it out to Augusto. Andressa, deep three for Andressa. Got it! They say that is a three. Andressa Augusto, that's her first triple of the game. That's the fourth for the Vikings. They go back up by 9 with just over 2 minutes left to play in the half. Now Lessman the other way puts up a jumper. This one pinballs out, but a nice offensive rebound by Swanson. And again, Allison Swanson pretty well having her way on the inside. She's got 10 points. Now the Vikes almost turn it away. Now they do throw it. I think it's off of Augusto as Morgan McSmith tried to get it to Andressa on the right baseline. Bounces it out of bounds. Back to Evangel. 1:49 left.
Crusaders will be in one of the play-in games, it looks like, on Monday night. Vikings will wait till Wednesday.
Swanson. Cogburn with a three off the left side. No good. And Swanson gets the offensive rebound. Drives in on Winston. Misses it. Knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say that the Crusaders touched it last. So the Vikings, with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to play in the half, get the ball back with a 7-point lead.
Well, the Vikings had that rebound. A couple of gals couldn't hang on. Fortunately, Swanson missed the shot.
Jenkins. Stop and go yo-yo dribbles. Right wing Augusto. She just hit a three a minute ago. Now she drives baseline. Had it tipped away, but McSmith gets it back. Now Cogburn goes to the floor, gets the steal. So good hustle by the Crusaders on defense as we near the 1 minute mark at the end of the first half.
Gusto was in that lane, Joe. I'd like to see her make that
Yeah,
shot.
she's pretty good with that runner. Now Cogburn almost lost it. Now does lose it as Morgan McSmith gets the steal. So once again, as they've done the entire half, good defense by the Vikings. They've held this Evangel team to 21 points here in the first half. Kelsey Griffin lobbed down to Winston. Alicia up and in. Nice pass as Kelsey Griffin finds Alicia Winston on the low block. Alicia puts in her second bucket. Vikings lead it by 9. A half minute left to play.
Good job, Alicia. Use that glass.
Vikes back in that man. High post Swanson. Cogburn fakes the three. Now gets it on the left wing to Landholt. Landholt backs it out between the circles. 19 seconds. 8 on the shot clock. Deep three by Lessman. This one misses. Vikes still get the last shot at the half as Winston gets a rebound with 10 seconds to go. Long pass down to Griffin. Kelsey to the baseline. Almost had it knocked away. Now they're going to call a foul, I believe, as Samantha Williams bumps into Kelsey Griffin on the baseline, and that'll be team foul number 5. So we're down to 3 seconds in the first half, and I think Coach Tim Dixon wants a timeout. So 3 seconds left. The Vikings lead 30-21. They will have the ball.
And Coach took a timeout. Tim Dixon taking a timeout here to talk about this last 3 seconds. By the way, I'm supposed to make sure I say hello to his wife, Tracy. She said when she was here visiting that we say hi to everybody but her. And so and why should we? She's back in Phoenix where it's 80 degrees and it's 7 here. So
I think we said hi to her several times.
Well, we are now.
Okay,
so
all right, okay.
Now.
Right.
So she's listening tonight, watching the live stream. So Tim took his timeout trying to get this last. Not a bad timeout.
No.
Try to get another shot here to end the first half.
Be nice to take a double-digit lead into the locker room, and the Vikings have played well. They've led almost the entire first half. Looks like as far as scoring leaders for the Vikings, Paris Johnson. Paris has 10. Raina Smith has 8. So they lead the way for the Vikings. Augusto with 5, Winston with 4, and Julia Vasquez with 3 as the Vikings have drained 4 3-pointers in the first half.
Allison Swanson, the only player even close to double figures. She has 10 for the Crusaders.
All right, 30-21. The Vikings lead it. Exactly 3 seconds left on the clock. Vikes will inbound. Whether they're going to give them the ball down on their own end of the court. They're going to get the ball down right in front of the Evangel bench on the side, very near the baseline. So they've got plenty of time. 3 seconds is not that long. It's plenty of time when you've got the ball down low. Now they get it to Griffin. Kelsey launches a 3 at the buzzer. Off the glass, no good. So the first half comes to an end. Good half by the Vikings. They have their 2 leading scorers, Talia Earls and Kiana Wharton, out tonight. But the Vikings lead it at halftime, 30-21.
And a win tonight for sure gives them 5th place and still an outside shot at 4th. So a good first half, as you said, by the Vikes. We'll be back and we'll take a look at the other games going on in the conference and take a look at the statistics in just a moment.
Today, my new dad threw a barbecue.
Today, my new son and I threw a barbecue.
There were burgers and chicken.
I burnt everything. The burgers, the chicken, the salad.
They were delicious.
They were awful.
And then we had watermelon.
I'm allergic to watermelon.
And then we played catch.
I broke Mr. Lewis's window, Mrs. Wakeham's window, Mrs. Wakeham's windshield, and then somehow my hand. My hand!
And then my dad even let me drive his car.
The hospital's on the right! It was a rough day.
It was a great day.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. Every child deserves to have access to books because children who grow up with books invariably do better in life than children who do not. How do I choose a book? Is it the cover? Yeah, I guess, sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual, so it's a combination of those two. The first book I remember was Captain's Courageous. When I finished that book, I had become so involved with these characters. So here's the thing. If a book's really, really impressing me and the writing is really, really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books, if it's really, really well done, that ending, that last thought should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Now let's go over the scoring. We don't have the rest of these statistics, but how about Paris Johnson, Raina Smith? They certainly are leading the way for the Vikings.
Well, they did, and two girls that normally don't start, both getting a starting call tonight. Paris leads the way with 10 points, including 2 triples. Raina Smith, 4 buckets with 8 points, so they both did a great job. 5 points for Andressa Augusto, 4 by Alicia Winston, and 3 by Julia Vasquez. But, Ken, I think the telltale stat for the Vikes in the first half, only 5 fouls.
Yeah.
After that game last Saturday, probably what, 1/10 of how many we had the first half the other day.
And Alicia Winston with 2. You knew Alicia was going to get a couple of fouls, and she got one early, but she played a lot with only 2 fouls, so doing a good job there as well. For the Crusaders, Allison Swanson, you figured she'd have a big night, 10 points. Lead the way, but that's really about it. Jessica Lessman has 3, Landold has 3, Paige Patterson a point, Regine Brown only 2 right now, and Braithen Helms has 2, and that's it. So the Vikings holding this team. Now, Evangel only scores 56 a game anyway, but the Vikings have held them down to 21, even below that average, and Valley scoring 70 a game, so they're a little below that average as well. But I think considering everything's considered, pretty good first half.
Oh, real good first half, and the Vikings, good job. In fact, not much height, but they did a pretty good job of penetrating inside, and especially Raina Smith comes to mind. Raina took that ball and spun to the glass several times and drew a couple fouls inside, put a couple in off the glass, and so the Vikings doing a good job mixing up both the outside and the inside game, and like you said, that defense very effective as they forced quite a few Evangel turnovers in that first half.
Well, here are the other games tonight. Culver is at Benedictine. Culver, the team that's 2 games ahead of Valley, they are 10-6. Benedictine 13-3. So Benedictine try to get that second place. They may already have it. I'm not sure all the tiebreakers, but they're in great shape to get the second seed. Culver needs to win both if they want to catch Baker, move ahead of Baker. So big ball game there. The Vikings have to, I guess, root for Benedictine if they have any chance to get into the 4th spot.
Yeah, the Vikings trail Culver Stockton by 2 games coming into tonight's action. So we've got to win both of our games, and they've got to lose theirs, and then we'd be tied. And we split with them in the season series, so we just have to go to the whatever. I guess, let's see, the Vikings beat Baker. No, that's their highest win against they beat Baker, and I'm not sure if Culver beat either Benedictine or
that would be the tiebreaker
I don't know.
if they did, and I can't remember.
Mid-America. Yeah.
Baker is at Peru tonight. Baker 11-5, Peru 5-11. But again, Baker the favorite, but Peru's tough in their home court.
And they've been playing much better lately. They beat the Vikings up there a couple weeks ago and then pulled off a win. I think they beat Culver last week, so they beat a couple teams ahead of them in the standings here in the last 2 weeks.
CMU is at Graceland tonight. Now, that's a big game for one reason. That is a game that could decide who has to get involved in a play-in game on Monday. So a big game there for those two teams for that reason.
Well, that play-in game will make it tough. You'd play on Monday, then have to turn right around and play on Wednesday. And if you're fortunate enough to win 2 games, you'd have to turn right around, I guess, and play on Friday. So
that would be kind of tough. Evangel's here, and then Mid-America at Avila. That Mid-America 15-1, and Avila 3-13. Larry's club really has had a tough time, and Mid-America. People may say, well, why would they play hard? They've got it wrapped up. Now they're playing for a seed in the national tournament. The more games you win, the higher your seed in the national tournament's going to be. So they want to get as high as they can, as many wins as they can.
Well, you say what if? What if the Vikings had won those 2 home games against Graceland and Avila? Those were 2 of our losses here at home, and those are good teams, but they're below the Vikings in the standings, and those are games you really need to win at home.
Yeah, that would have changed the whole thing, and those are probably the 2 games that you look at. Then Saturday we wrap up the regular season. Vikings will be at Baker. It doesn't appear that it won't. I mean that game won't matter for the in the standings, at least as far as Baker's concerned, because the Vikings cannot catch them. But we'll wrap it up Saturday, and then late Saturday, early Sunday morning, we'll know what's going on for Wednesday.
The only thing, I guess there are 3 things we know right now. We know Evangel has won the conference on the men's side, and we know that Baker and Graceland are both going to be on the road for the play-in game next Tuesday. That's about all we know right now. There are about 30 other different combinations that could happen between 2nd and 8th in the standings.
And Mid-America Nazarenes won the women's title.
Yeah, we do. We know that.
That and Evangel's won the men's. Right. We know both of those. But anything else could happen. On the men's side, we're not even going to try. I was sitting in Coach Pfeiffer's office the other day talking about all these tiebreaker possibilities, and it's just win a couple of games.
Just take it one game at a time. This is a big win. If the men want a realistic chance of finishing second, they need to win this one tonight. And you say, well, what's the difference between second and third? Well, second, if you can win your first round game, would give you a home court advantage for your second round game.
And it also gives you an automatic berth in the national tournament.
That would be huge.
But Benedictine's already defeated Evangel, so Vikings have to beat Evangel to win that tiebreaker. Anyway, that's a lot to talk about. We'll be back. We do have some stats. We'll talk about those next.
Can you tell if the surfaces in this kitchen are crawling with bacteria that could cause chronic arthritis? Listen. Can't, can you? You can't see it either. Wash surfaces, utensils, and hands frequently with soapy water while preparing food, especially when handling raw meats or eggs. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by cleaning with soap and water as you go. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by AdoptUsKids.org.
I might look like an adult, like a person who could possibly be a parent, but I have no idea how to talk like one. And everyone knows that if you want to be a parent, you have to sound good when you say things like, "Don't make me turn this car around," or "Because I said so," or "Don't make me come back there." I don't even really know what those things mean, but I know that I actually believed my parents when they said them to me. How did they manage to sound so convincing? Here we go. "Don't make me come back there." Oh, no, that's not tough enough at all. Kids can sense weakness. "Don't make me come back there." Ooh, yeah, that's better. In fact, that kind of sounded like my dad. Weird.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to listen to you practice your dad voice. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit adoptuskids.org for more information. This message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
Well, we are back to Grover C. Redford Gymnasium. A couple of the statistics, rebounding, let's see, not that bad, 19-13 in favor of the Crusaders. Shooting, the Crusaders were 8 out of 23, 35%. 2 out of 10 from beyond the arc at 20%. The Vikings, on the other hand, shot 46%. 13 out of 28, 4 for 14, just 29% from beyond the arc. Free throws, well, that wasn't much of a stat. 3 out of 4 for Evangel. Vikings just 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Vikes turned it over 7 times, and Evangel turned it over 11 times. So those are some of the statistics of the first half. We mentioned the scoring, and really nobody in foul trouble either. Alicia Winston has 2 fouls, and she's the only Viking with 2, and Raythan Helms has 2 fouls for Evangel. She's the only one with 2 fouls there.
And we might mention, if somebody just tuned in, the Vikings playing tonight without Talea Earls and Kiana Wharton, and they're the 2 leading scorers. Talea averages 13.5 points a game, Kiana 12.4, so you're talking about almost 26 points out of your lineup. And boy, some of these other girls have really done a good job picking up the slack thus far this evening, and it was a very good first half by this Lady Viking team.
26 points and 15 rebounds is what you've taken out of the lineup with those 2 not playing. Well, we're just about ready for the second half, and don't you go anywhere. The live stream crew is here, and it's going to be fun. It's court warming night, by the way, and so I imagine at halftime of the men's game, they'll have the court warming Queen and King candidates, and those candidates are Andre Scott and Talea Earls, representing the basketball teams. Jacoby Bellard and Sabrina Bartley. Jacoby is from Beaumont, Texas, member of the football team, majoring in exercise science. And Sabrina is with the show concert and choir. Kendall Hayes, Lindsay Aldridge. Kendall, of course, was on this men's basketball team a couple of years ago, majored in sociology. Kay Duvall and Ida Larson, the freshman attendants. Adam Jones and Madison Buck, the sophomore attendants. And Jonathan Bird, one of our favorites. And Diamond Ross are the junior attendants. So they'll be announcing all that at halftime.
You wonder what kind of a stroll Jonathan Bird will have out onto the court tonight. I'm sure he will do something, let's say, out of the ordinary. Is that right? Is that a good way to put it?
We'll find out. We'll find out. Be good to see him back on the football team next.
Yes, sir will. We
fall.
missed him at that wide receiver position this year.
We'll be back and ready for the second half in just a couple minutes.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school.
How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
All right, we're about ready for the start of the second half. A good first half by Valley as they lead at 30-21. And they'll come out with the same five that started the ball game. It'll be DJ, Raina Smith, Paris Johnson, Alicia Winston, and also Andressa Augusto. So the Crusaders have the ball. Second half underway. That first half went by rather quickly. Very few fouls. Good, well-played game. Into Regine Brown, head and shoulder fake, and she banks this one in to start. They get it inside to her, little head and shoulder fake. Got Paris Johnson off her feet. Now the other way, Augusto, through a crowd of Crusaders, puts up the flip shot. Won't go, but somehow the ball comes out of the lane. The Vikings get it again. It was 1-on-4.
That was Regine Brown's first basket of the game. She had 2 free throws in the first half. She scored 28 points in the first meeting of the two teams.
Here's Augusto. Now she gives it off to DJ underneath to Winston. She lays it in. Winston now has 6, and it's 32-23.
Nice pass by DJ. Got the ball inside, and Alicia kissed it softly off the glass.
Landholt, high post, goes free throw line there to Brown. Regine turns, fires. This one won't go. Rebound Winston. Hands it off to Raina Smith. Raina brings it up the left side, drives to the middle, and that's going to be a block. Yeah, they're going to call this one on Lessman, her first foul of the second half.
Good call. That looked like a charge almost because Lessman went backwards, but she was not set on the defensive end. So
here's the pass inside to Paris Johnson. Misses the shot. Had the rebound, lost it, picked up by Swanson. Swanson to Landholt. And Landholt will walk it into the forecourt. 32-23, Valley with the lead. Top of the key goes to Patterson. Patterson off to Landholt on the right elbow. Now they work it underneath to Swanson. Takes up the left hand, no good. Patterson had the rebound. She's tied up by Raina Smith, and the Vikings will get it on the possession.
It's obvious, I think, what Coach Leon Neal of Evangel wants to do this half. He's got both Swanson and Patterson in there at the same time. They're the two biggest girls on the floor. Swanson stands 6'3", Patterson 6'1", and they're really a head taller than almost anybody on the Viking team. Vikes have Winston in there right now, but she's only 5'11", so I'm sure Evangel wants to try to use that inside game if they can.
Heidi Cockburn checks into the line. Nice pass from Raina Smith to Winston on a low block. She has 8, and the Vikings up in double digits, 34-23.
Good pass, good look by Raina that time.
Good job by the Vikes on that little give and go. Here's a shot on the outside, no good. Vikings get the rebound. DJ in there with it. Here comes Jenkins on the run to Augusto. Augusto grabs it on the right side. Fires it all the way across the zone to Raina Smith in the lane. Turns, little jump hook right over Swanson and scores. Did she take a page out of the James Lane book with that little jump hook?
She put that up very quickly, and Swanson quite a bit taller, but Raina too quick that time. She released that ball very quickly. Raina now in double figures with 10, and the Vikings, I think their biggest lead of the game, they lead it by 13 points.
Yeah, that was a James Lane little jump hook. Good job by Raina Smith, and Leon Neal has to take a timeout. Vikings go from a 30-21 lead, a 9-point lead, now to a 13-point lead in the first minute and 10 seconds of the second half.
I would say Coach Leon Neal is really anticipating this season, this winter being over. I mean, here his team has lost, I think we said, 5 in a row, 11 of their last 12, plus he's had a torn ACL all year, the entire season, been walking around with that big heavy boot. He says he's going to get that off around, I thought he said around the 10th of March or so, so I'm sure this has been a trying winter for him. He's a good coach. He's done a good job for many years. This Evangel program for many years has been one of the top programs in the conference, but I know this has been a very trying season.
Well, you've got a team that's lost 5 in a row, down by 13, 17:50 to go. The next couple of minutes, Joe, could mean a lot in this game. Vikings can really keep the pressure on for the next 2 or 3 minutes, go a long way toward winning this game.
Oh, yeah. You've got them at home. You've got them down. You've got to put the pedal to the metal right now and put this game out of reach. And, boy, really the Vikings, again, playing shorthanded tonight with their 2 leading scorers out of the lineup. But, boy, a lot of different girls have picked up the slack.
Oh, here come the Crusaders after that timeout. Patterson, top of the key, goes to Lessman, now to Landholt. Vikings playing good defense here as Patterson's shot won't go. Swanson had the rebound tipped away by Winston, and it comes to Augusto. Andressa wants to lead the break. Gives it off to DJ, the top of the key. 20 to shoot. Here comes DJ, drives left side, flips it up with the right hand from the left side and scores.
Wow.
It's a 15-point game.
That's DJ's first bucket. What a quick release that time on that shot. Boy, that was a nice touch off the glass.
We've played 3 minutes of the second half, and this 3 minutes have been dominated by the Vikings. Into Swanson. Kicks it back to Lessman. Lessman drives left side. Has it blocked, I think, by Augusto. Taken by DJ. Ahead to Paris. Johnson off the glass softly. No good. Rebound. Raina Smith had it. Lost it. And she couldn't hang on. The ball will come back to the Crusaders.
Vikes led it by 9 at halftime. They're on an 8-2 run here to start the second half.
So here comes Lando. Across the timeline. Works it to the right side, leaves it off there for Cogburn. Down to the corner to Patterson. She wanted that ball, takes the shot, missed it. Winston rebound, quick outlet to Paris. Ahead to Raina, ahead of the pack. Layup, good. And the Vikings simply beat the Crusaders down court. That's a dozen for Raina Smith.
Yeah, Raina really flew down the floor that time, beat the pack down, got the ball and laid it up very nicely off the left side. The junior out of St. Louis having a good game.
Landau to Patterson. Patterson gives it off now. They work it down low to Swanson. Muscles her way in, scores. Offensive foul. They're going to call that an offensive foul on Swanson. And doing the applauding, Alicia Winston. That young lady's playing well right now.
I think these three officials, we have 3 female officials, none of them very tall. They probably got shoved around by some of those big girls when they played, and they said, hey, we're not going to let that happen.
The ball went in, but it's not going to count. It's a foul. Vikes up by 17. What a run to start the second half. It is a 10-2 run. Raina Smith, top of the key, one dribble. Now puts it on the floor. Cut off by Swanson. Leaves it for DJ. Hooks a pass underneath to Augusto. Fade away. Got it. She was fading away on the baseline as she let it go.
And I don't think Andressa could see the basket that time. She went right over the top of Swanson, put good arch on it, and flipped it in. Boy, now DJ is going to get called for a block as she is in Amanda Landholt collide just inside the free throw line.
DJ's first foul, but that great first 4 minutes for the Vikings here in the second half.
Again, Vikings on a 12-2 run here to start this second half.
Up by 19 points. Here's the free throw by Landolt. Got it. Landolt now has 4. That's her first free throw. The Vikings 0 for 1 from the line. The Crusaders are 4 out of 5.
Completely different type of game than we saw here last Saturday.
Second free throw by Landolt is good. The opposition took 52 free throws Saturday. Benedictine did. At the top of the circles, DJ. DJ gives it off to Raina. Raina on the left side. Spins in the lane. Puts up the shot. This time Patterson blocked it. And gives it off to Landolt. Landolt the other way. 15:25 to go. Here's Landolt. Tries to kick it in the corner to Lessman. Did she throw it away or was it tipped? I think it was tipped by one of the Vikings. It was. So the Crusaders will still have it. At the end of their own bench. They have to go retrieve the basketball.
They rolled a long ways, didn't it?
All the way to the, right underneath the Grover C. Redford Gymnasium sign. Of course, they keep the north end open here in the Burns Gymnasium, Burns Field House. So people can up in the balcony and watch. Kelsey Griffin will come in. Landolt, top of the key. Tries to drive it on DJ, and DJ fouled her again. That's her second, and it's the second team foul.
Yeah, Amanda Landholt's a pretty good point guard for Evangel. She started for 2 or 3 years down there, only averages about 5 points a game, but pretty good ball player, and that time went around DJ and picks up the foul. It'll be Evangel ball underneath. Vikings lead it 42-25. 15 minutes and 15 seconds left to play in the game.
Alicia Winston comes out for a bit. Kelsey Griffin is in. Here's Lessman, drives inside the lane, flips it up, and that's 4 straight points now for the Crusaders as they try to get right back in it. Down by 15 with 15 minutes to go. DJ working right side, hands to Augusto. Augusto leaves it off to Paris. Paris at the right elbow. Baseline right side, Augusto. 12 on the shot clock. Out front, DJ. DJ double team. Back to Augusto. Now to Reyna. Top of the key. She'll let it fly. Banks it home.
Banks.
She's having a day. 15 points for Reyna Smith here on this Thursday night.
That's the second outside shot the Vikes had banked in. Paris Johnson banked one in the first half. When it's your night, it is your night. You know it?
I know her parents aren't here tonight. They come on Saturdays. Here's Swanson. Gives it out to Patterson. Now the baseline shot. This one rattles home for a three, and that is Cogburn. But I know Mom and Dad watching in St. Louis. And boy, Reyna's having a heck of a ball game.
She's having a big game.
Look at old brother. He's prancing around here. Colin, big brother's pretty proud tonight, too. Here's a steal by Swanson. She took it away on the dribble by Augusto. Now the other way. Landholt gives it to Patterson. Cogburn fakes the three. Here's the lob underneath to Swanson in a double team. Misses the shot, and it's saved nicely by Kelsey Griffin to Augusto. Long pass ahead to Paris Johnson.
Nice screen out by Kelsey that
Johnson's going to take the shot and missed it, and the rebound pulled down by Lessman. There was nobody there to rebound. She fired it anyway. Here's Landholt. She'll fire a three, and it's good, and the Crusaders making a run here. Back within 12. They were down by 19.
Yeah, I need to keep running the offense, keep taking good looks on offense.
13-19 to go. Kelsey Griffin. Free throw line. Now to the right elbow. Fakes the shot. Goes top of the key for Augusto. Hands to Reyna on the left side. Back to Paris out front. She'll drive through traffic. Run a wild shot that's no good.
Yeah.
And here comes Lando. That was not a good shot.
That didn't have a chance.
Lando out front to Lessman. Lessman now has the ball tipped by Augusto, and she takes it away. So the Vikings come the other way. And a timeout taken by Tim Dixon. So 45-33, the Vikes exploded to a 19-point lead. The Crusaders back within 12, and still 12 minutes and 48 seconds to go.
Well, you don't want to let them get hot from the outside. Landholt can do that. Vikings really doing a good job on the inside with Allison Swanson. She has 12 points in the game, but she's had to work very hard for them. So with no more height than the Vikings have on the floor, they've really played a pretty good game, especially on the inside tonight.
They played a real good game, and a good time out there by Tim Dixon. He's talking to everyone what he wants to do offensively. I really think the last couple of possessions, the Vikings have taken a quick shot and got away from what got them this big lead, and Tim's telling them about that right now.
Well, the interesting thing, like I say, Kiana Wharton and Talia Earl's not playing. Kelsey Griffin, who's the fourth leading scorer, I guess the fifth leading scorer on the team. She and DJ average about the same. Kelsey hasn't scored, and DJ just has two tonight. So the only one of the top five leading scorers that's really had many points at all has been Adressa Augusto with 7 so far.
I have Reyna with 15. Paris Johnson has 10. And Alicia has 8. So those three gals have really come off the bench to do a great job. And, of course, Reyna getting and Alicia getting starts tonight.
Well, and this could help this team down the stretch as we head into the postseason. If you got, Reyna and Paris with big games, that should boost their confidence and gives the Vikings a lot of different weapons on offense.
Vikes will have the ball after the timeout. 12:48 to go in the game. 24 on the shot clock. DJ top of the key. Left elbow Paris. Baseline, same side Kelsey. Back out to Reyna. Top of the key. Work it around. DJ's going to drive inside the lane. That's going to be an offensive foul as she ran over Landholt. So again, about the third straight possession where the Vikings have not done much. And DJ picks up her third foul, and that gets Julia Vasquez off the bench and into the game.
Nice call that time, a nice Academy Award performance that time by Amanda Landholt. Where was she on Sunday night in the Academy Awards? She went to the ground hard that time, but that probably was a good call.
Alicia Winston back in after a short break. Paris Johnson will come out. So
that's DJ's third foul.
Winston, Augusto, Reyna Smith, Kelsey Griffin, and Julia Vasquez on the floor. 12:30 to go. Vikes up by a dozen. Evangel with the basketball. Landholt off to Lessman. They work it to the baseline. Back out to Lessman. 15 on the shot clock. Vikes working defensively. Ball way out by the timeline to Williams. Down to 7 now. Here's Regine Brown. Her jump shot won't go. Rebound Reyna Smith in a crowd, and Reyna will dribble it out of trouble. Good job by the Vikes. 12 minutes to go, leading by a dozen. It's top of the key, Raina Smith. See who will play the point position here. Probably Augusto. Griffin goes baseline. Augusto, pass to Raina Smith in front of the Viking bench for three. This one's a little long. And a foul is going to be called on Julia Vasquez as she tried to take that rebound away from Jessica Lessman.
You know, Ken, the Vikings have really done a good job of moving the ball offensively very quickly, very effectively all night long. Good look that time by Raina, just left it a little bit strong off the back of the rim, but once again, a good open look.
Landholt holds up four fingers with a left hand as she brings the ball across. Leaves it there for Helms. Back to Landholt. Baseline Brown. Brown turns, gets Griffin off her feet, puts up the short jumper, won't go. Rebound, and that's going to be over the back. She reached right over the top of Kelsey Griffin, who had her blocked out, got the rebound, and was called for the foul.
That's Regine Brown's first foul of the night. Boy, the Vikes have done a good job on her. They've held her to only 6 points. And as we said earlier, she had 28 in that first meeting down in Springfield about a month ago.
11:28 to go, 45-33. We've been at this score for several possessions now. Augusto with a left-handed dribble, top of the key, off to Kelsey. Griffin, man-to-man defense by the Crusaders on this possession. Here's the lob to Winston through a double team, misses the shot, a block. And the reason they called the block is because the young lady, Helms, was inside that circle, the semicircle in the lane, and she did not give Winston any room to turn around.
You know, I really think these officials have done a good job tonight. Like we say, 3 female officials. We see a lot of females, but we don't see
all three
the whole
of them
crew,
together.
3 of them at one time normally.
First free throw by Winston off the front of the rim. Alicia has 8 points.
You see her getting better and better every game. She's done a good job on the inside tonight.
Missed the first one, spins the ball, fires this one, missed this one, and didn't hit the rim, so that will be a violation, and the Crusaders had the ball, and they'll
well, you don't want to let this thing. It's been a while since the Vikes have scored. We're down. It was a 19-point lead not that long ago. Now the lead is 12, so Vikes need to keep the pressure on both ends of the court.
Landholt to Lessman. To Brown out front, Landholt. To Helms. Now Lessman as they pass it on the perimeter. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Landholt fires another 3. This one won't go. Griffin with a rebound right at the free throw line. 10:45 to go. Again, both teams with possessions and nobody can score. We're still at 45-33. That's all right. They have to come to us, I guess.
First team to 50 wins.
Yeah, I'd take it. 10:31 to go. Into Winston. Alicia, strong move. Off the
there we
glasses.
go. There we go.
She just posted Williams up and put it off the glass. She has 10.
And she did what you want the post player to do. Go up with the ball strong.
Helms, top of the key to Brown, almost taken away by Vasquez. Now Vasquez with a tip, and it goes right to Winston. She'll wait for a guard, give it off to Augusto, off to Kelsey Griffin. Kelsey fakes the shot, gives it back out to Augusto. Vikes will take a little time. Underneath to Winston. She's fouled on the way up. Good give and go. Winston flashing down the middle, got the pass, was fouled on the way up, and Alicia will shoot 2.
Always like to see the big girls move without the ball, and that's exactly what Alicia Winston did that time, and that's going to put her on the line for 2 as that foul comes up on Landholt. That'll be her first foul.
Shelby Ackland, the young lady from West Plains, will check in. Shelby played a few games early in the year. We haven't seen her much in conference play.
And she's just a freshman.
Yep, out of West Plains, Missouri. Free throw by Alicia.
Atta girl. Atta girl.
She has 11. She's going to be coming in, give Alicia a break. Swanson back into the contest. Now the Vikes have built the lead back to 15. There's the next one. Alicia got them both. Good job. Winston will come out with a much-deserved break. 12 points now for the young lady from Florissant, Missouri. 49-33, a 16-point lead.
Keep the D up, girls.
Brown lobs underneath to Swanson, who's back in. Fires a pass all the way across the lane. I think there was a foul away from the ball.
Shelby Ackland, I believe.
Shelby got into the game, said, hey, I'm playing.
I'm not gonna let that big girl push me around.
So Shelby picks up the foul. She's top of her head comes about to Swanson's chin.
But you're gonna have to battle me to score.
Here's Lessman. Baseline shot is no good. Brown with a rebound, put it back in. Offensive rebound. Regine Brown now has 6. It's 49-35. We're under 10 minutes. At the top of the circle, Augusto swings it off to Vasquez. Vasquez out front to Paris. Paris top of the key. Gives it to Kelsey. Thought about the three. Now to Acklin. Acklin around to Vasquez. Vasquez, good move. Drives in left side. Got it. Little 5-footer from the baseline. Left side. She's left-handed, so that was her natural side, and she has 5.
Very good change of direction dribble by Julia that time to free some space up for that 5-footer.
Now the other way, there's a shot. Won't go, but a foul is going to be called as Helms driving the right side. And that will be the 16th foul of the Vikings.
Kelsey Griffin picks up her second.
Kelsey with it. That'll be 2 shots coming here for Braithen Helms.
Vikes with that win can move to 9-8 in conference play here tonight.
Helms misses the free throw. That's just the second miss by the Crusaders.
Final regular season games of the year on Saturday afternoon. We make that trip out to Baldwin City, and I'm not sure what the weather is going to hold for Saturday. Does not sound too promising for this weekend, but let's hope we can get out and get back before it hits.
Here's the second free throw by Helms. It is on the way and good. So Helms gets 1 out of 2, and it's 51-36. 9:11 to go. Raina Smith in the corner to Vasquez. Vasquez back to Raina. Raina between the circles. We're at the 9-minute mark of this ball game. Vikes up 51-36. Raina Smith holds it. Down to 10 on the shot clock now. Here's Raina. Starts to drive left side. Gets in the lane. The big gal's in there. Flips it up anyway. Missed it. And Swanson with a rebound. And she'll just wait and hang on to it. Wait for a guard. And now flat to Lessman.
Good job by the Vikes running some clock that last possession.
Lessman quickly underneath. Here's a shot by Helms. Fouled by Griffin, her third.
Yeah, and Lessman was all the way under the basket, hit the bottom of the backboard with the shot, but she could sense contact, and she'll be on the line for 2 shots here with 8.5 minutes left to play in the game. 15-point Viking lead.
51-36. Helms 1 out of 2 the last time she was at the line, and this one is good. So
Braithen Helms, a sophomore out of Seymour, Missouri.
She has 4 points now. And got them both. So still 8:35 to go, and the lead is trimmed to 13. DJ is bumped and fouled by Landholt, I believe, trying to bring it up the court right in front of us near the scorer's table.
That's team foul number 6, I believe. The Vikings have 7, so both teams will be in the 1-and-1 after this foul.
Raina Smith will inbound. Raina leading us in scoring so far in this game with 15. And she has it right in between the circles. Leaves it off to Griffin. Julie tries a 3. Got it! Julia Vasquez. She can hit that shot. She now has 8 points coming off the bench. Vikes are up by 16.
Julia, Raina, and Paris having one of, if not their best nights of the year.
So the Vikes can hold on to this lead. Here's the pass to Swanson. Goes up with the left hand. Missed it. Rebounds her own miss and put it back in. 54-40. A 14-point lead. Winston ready to come back in. Off to Raina Smith. Every possession now important for the Vikes. Julia Vasquez out front to Acklin, who gives it to Kelsey. Griffin fakes the 3, drives inside the lane, jump step, strong off the glass, won't go. Rebound Regine Brown. Brown gives it to Helms. Helms will push it up, 7:35 to go. 54-40. Landholt, baseline. Brown fires a shot, won't go. Ball is tipped by Swanson. Now it's loose on the floor.
And DJ hit the ground pretty hard that time. I hope she's okay.
And let's see, there was a foul whistle. If they called a foul, I think
somebody
they did.
Flipped DJ up in the air, and I think that's where the foul is going to be. DJ hit that deck pretty hard that time, and she should be on the line for 1-and-1.
And that foul was on Helms, her 4th. The ball was loose at midcourt, and of course, as DJ went for it, we could see it on our replay monitor here. Yeah, she went for it. She was taken out right at the knees, unintentionally by Helms.
Both girls were hustling for the ball.
Free throw by DJ.
Atta girl. Atta girl.
She has 3 points.
And it's the last home game and regular season home game anyway for DJ and let's see, Kelsey Griffin.
In all likelihood, it's their last
and
game.
Paris Johnson.
So they'll be on the road in the postseason.
Last
tournament.
regular season game. Let's hope it's not the last altogether.
56-40. You'd have to have Mid-Am and Benedictine both lose. So
I would not put any money on that.
Here's a long three that won't go. Rebound, Winston. She took it away from Swanson. Now tied up. And Helms snuck in there and got her hands in there. Tied up Winston. Possession arrow goes to the Crusaders. Augusto coming back in.
Well, 7:07 left. Vikings with a 16-point lead. So just keep playing, girls. Things looking pretty good, at least at this point.
Lessman will inbound, gets into Swanson. Swanson hands it to Lessman, goes inside the free throw line. Now they'll work it to the left side to Brown. He was open for the shot, didn't take it. Back to Landolt, under 7 minutes to go. Every possession, pretty important right now. 6:54, Landolt still with the dribble. Gives it off to Lessman. She'll drive inside, knocked away by Raina Smith, picked up by Griffin. Griffin fires it ahead to Raina. Off balance shot won't go. Griffin had the rebound, and she'll dribble it out of the lane. Give the Vikings a fresh 30 on the shot clock.
Good hustle by Kelsey to get that offensive rebound that time.
6:30 to go. Augusto goes baseline. Now she backs away on the right side. Now she's going to go baseline again, and she's fouled by Landolt, who picked up her third, and Augusto will go to the line, shoot a 1-on-1.
One thing you notice about Andressa Augusto, everything she does is so smooth. There's no herky-jerky about her at all. Every move seems to be in sync, and she's a good offensive player.
I've never seen her get upset. She just has that same temperament on the floor. There's a free throw, and it's good.
And she very quietly has 8 points.
Yep. You're right. Very quietly has 8. Averages 11.3 a game. Now Topol will come into the game. Bailey will check in. She misses a free throw, does Andressa. It's 57-40, 17-point lead, 6:19 left. Landholt fires it inside to Swanson. Back into the corner. 3 on the way, no good. Griffin had the rebound. It's loose, and it's picked up by Winston. Good hustle by Griffin again on the baseline to keep that ball alive.
That 3 by Helms cleared the basket by about 5 feet.
Yeah, that one wasn't even close. 6 minutes to go now. Vikings still with that double-digit lead. Augusto through traffic, lost it out of bounds. It was tipped by Helms. Now Topol will check in for the first time. Bailey Topol comes in. She's a freshman. Augusto will inbound. Topol out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Fires it in to Kelsey Griffin. Under 6 minutes to go. Valley up by 17 in a low-scoring game. So these possessions are important. Here comes Raina through traffic. Off the glass, no good. How about Alicia Winston with an offensive rebound put back? It won't go, but she's fouled. She's heading to the line.
And you could see Alicia fighting and working hard to get that offensive rebound position that time. She got the inside position and draws that 2-shot foul. So nice job by Alicia. And again, Alicia, we talk about her quite a bit. She is a junior out of St. Louis.
First free throw is good.
Nice
and after missing her first 2, she's knocked down her last 3. The Vikings again by 18. Their largest lead has been 19, which Miss Winston could match with this free throw.
Come on, Alicia. A little arch on this one.
And a little short. Rebound, Regine Brown. But, boy, what a game she's having. 13 points. 58-40. Vikes by 18. 5:37 to go. Landholt. Swing it around to Brown. Vikes just want him to take time off that clock. Cogburn into the corner to Helms. Helms looks inside. Not there. Brown top of the key. 10. Here's a long 3 by Landholt. That's her 3rd triple. She's keeping them in the game. She has 11.
I'd like to know how much hang time she has on her 3-point shots. Boy, she arches that ball way up in the air. It seems like it's up there forever.
Well, I think there's a problem with the clock. They're going to talk about. I'm just looking at Miss Landholt here. 3-point shooting. She's 22 out of 72 coming in, but she's knocking them down tonight.
She's got 3 tonight. Remember a couple of years ago, Evangel shot an ungodly number of threes.
Yeah, they used to that's all they used to do. And Landholt hit that one, so it's 58-43, still a 15-point lead with 5:15 to go. low-scoring game, these possessions, every one of these possessions, very important right now.
It is, and the Vikings have played well. They lead it by 15. Just got to close out now. They've led almost the entire way, and let's come away and let's get our 9th win and see if we can go out to Baker and get a series sweep over them for the season.
The Vikings in the preseason poll, which obviously means nothing, they were picked to finish 7th, and so with a win tonight, 5th would be the worst they can do, and that's where they're going to end up anyway. So, yeah, this would be a good win for the Vikes. They're 5 minutes and 15 seconds away from getting it. And as you said, this would be really a boost going into postseason play with these gals on the bench knowing what they did tonight without your 2 leading scorers and rebounders in the game.
Well, let's hope that Benedictine can beat Culver tonight. And then who the Wildcats play on Saturday?
Avila,
yeah. Well, you'd think they'd be favored in that game, but anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Mary's club could pull one off. Half the team could forget to show up that afternoon. You never know. Something might happen. All right, Vikings will have the ball. 27 on the shot clock, 5:15 on the game clock, and the big stat, 58-43, Valley by 15. Man-to-man defense by Leon Neal's club. Too early to start thinking about just running clock. Here's a nice pass into Augusto. Takes it to the rack, lays it in. Oh, what a nice stop move, and then she just cut to the bucket. Kelsey hit it with a perfect pass, laid it in.
And you see the way she looked the defender away and dressed that time. Looked one way, looked the defender off, then laid it in. Nice touch.
Land hold again. This one won't go. Long rebound. Raina Smith. Raina into the forecourt. Now she wisely brings it back out, and will take some time off that clock with a 17-point lead. Good move by the junior. It was a 1-on-2, and she didn't like the odds, and she brought it back out. Here's Augusto down the middle. No-look pass. Baseline. Winston. Shot won't go. Rebound pulled down by Helms. 4:30 to go now. Helms off to Brown. Out front. Back to Brown. Now they give it to Helms. Swinging around left side. Cogburn dumps it to Patterson in the lane. Back out for another 3. This one rims in and out. Rebound Augusto. So another empty possession for the Crusaders. Vikes are 4 minutes away from getting their 9th conference win. 60-43. Kelsey Griffin at the point. Off to Raina Smith. Raina looks and bounces it inside to Alicia. Winston goes up strong off the glass. It won't go. Raina Smith somehow gets the offensive rebound, brings it back out, and they'll get enough fresh. Nice 30
job.
On the shot
nice
clock.
Job by Raina.
Yep.
Good decision to bring the ball back out.
Now Kelsey Griffin. Kelsey will drive right side on Brown. Scores and is fouled. Kelsey Griffin gets her first bucket. It comes that could not have come at a better time. The lead back to 19, which is the largest the Vikings have had, and she could make it 20.
Nice strong move that time. I mean, Kelsey went in hard, drew good contact, but had the focus and the presence to go ahead and finish the shot and got it off the glass, and a chance here for the three-point play.
Kelsey Griffin trying to make it a 20-point game, misses the free throw. It's still a 19-point game, 3:40 to go. Every possession that the Crusaders cannot come up with a bucket gets the Vikes a little closer to another win.
Yeah, Vikes look like they're going to move to 9-8.
Great shape now. Here's the baseline shot. That one's an air ball. Rebound by Raina Smith, and now the Crusaders really frustrated, and the Vikes in great shape, up by 19 with 3:20 to go. Raina Smith has played a lot of minutes tonight. Morgan McSmith will come in. Kelsey bombs one from outside, won't go. Rebound Helms. Now she loses the ball as Griffin knocks it away from behind. Pass to Winston. Layup good. Vikes up by 21. As Winston now has 15 in the ball game, and Valley's up by 21.
You know, you never know how your team is going to respond when you've got not only one, but your 2 of your leading players out of the game, and I don't think this Viking team could have responded much better than they have tonight.
I don't think so either. You look at the scoring. Raina Smith, 15 points. Alicia Winston, 15 points. Paris Johnson, 10, all in the first half. Of course, Augusto quietly with 10.
Yeah.
But Wow, Julia Vasquez off the bench, 8 points. So
been a good team effort all the way around. A lot of different people have contributed, and a lot of people have done some things they haven't had to do normally during a lot of games, but they've certainly stepped up tonight.
And this Viking team is going to go, I think we can safely put it in the books, at 9-8 now.
On the road Saturday afternoon against Baker. The Vikings beat the Wildcats here early in the season. That was a good game, and Valley got that win. They won it 69-66, and that'd be a tough one out in Baldwin City on Saturday afternoon, but one the Vikings very capable of winning.
Doubt if we have any scores. This game getting over in a hurry. We probably don't have any of the women's scores coming in, but we will have them by the
Yeah, we're going to crown a king and queen tonight, right?
Yeah, we'll do that, I guess, between games. It appears we're going to do that. So we'll take our we'll wrap this one up, take our break, get ready for the men's game, and we'll have all those women's scores time we get going with the men's contest. Out front is Jenny Riggles as Leon Neals brought in a couple new players. Now the ball taken away by DJ. She took that one away from Helms and wisely slows it
Morgan
down.
in the lineup. If you said her name, she's in the lineup for the Vikings.
Young lady out of the state of Oregon. Morgan has the basketball now. Top of the key, leaves it for Reyna on the right side. Reyna now fires it underneath to Winston. Winston has it taken away by Kristen Moore. And here comes Lando with 2:16 to go. Vikes are going to win this one.
There's that high arching three again.
Wow,
it's
another
good.
one.
Wow. Boy, that ball hangs a long time.
She has a fourth triple, and she has 14 points, 64-46, but we have just 2 minutes to go. Evangel's going to fall to 4-13 in league play. Here's a drive by, guess who, Augusto, and she scores again. And she's right about her average now. It's the point over her average very quietly tonight.
She's been at 11.3 forever as an average.
Here's another three. This one by Helms. They're pounding the threes now, 66-49. But again, the Vikes to this point have held them 7 points below their season scoring average of 56. Reyna Smith down the middle. Fires it up from the right side. No good. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, and Reyna's done a very good job of penetrating all night long. That time she took the ball down the lane with the right hand, went up with the left hand, drew the two-shot foul. But she's done a very good job of taking the ball right at the interior of the Crusader defense all night long.
Let's see what Reyna can do here at the free throw line.
There we go. Pinball down.
Missed the first one. Smith is 0 for 2 from the line. That's about the only thing she hasn't done well.
15 points for her. She can make it 16 if she can knock down this second charity toss.
Benedictine beat Grayson tonight, 75-69.
You mean Culver?
Or beat Benedictine beat. No, they played.
Benedictine played Culver, didn't they?
Yeah. That was last Thursday's score. I don't have that score up there yet. So. Reyna comes out. Did she make that second free throw?
Yeah, she made the second.
I was
made the
looking at
second
my phone trying to
she's
get some scores.
She's got 16 points in the game.
Good job for her. 67-49. Cogburn hands it off to Helms. Down to 1:25 to go. Long three by Riggles. Won't go. Rebound. Bailey Topol in backcourt off to DJ. Down to 1:16. What
Bailey,
a nice win for the Vikes.
Bailey, a freshman from Lincoln.
What a nice win for Valley tonight.
Big win.
Off it comes to Ackland, the young lady from West Plains. The Zizzers of West Plains, one of my favorite nicknames.
How many Zizzers are there in the nation, much less
I wonder if she was a Zizzer or a lady Zizzer.
A Zizzerine, a Zizzeress, or a Zizzer.
Topol traveled here.
I don't know what you call I don't know what you call a female Zizzer.
I'll have to ask Bailey about that. Or rather, I'll have to ask Shelby about that. So here come the Crusaders. 52 seconds to go. 67-49. Another shot, no good. And over the back, a foul is going to be called on Riggles. And I'm telling you what, this Viking defense, Vikings have been giving up, Joe, 72 points a game. Now, I know the Crusaders only score 56 a game, but right now, 49 points with probably one possession left.
And a good chance for Shelby Ackland to get into the scoring column right now. She should have two shots right here. And again, Shelby, the freshman from, as you just said a minute ago, West Plains.
And her first free throw
is good. Atta-girl, Shelby.
Ackland's in the scorebook. Gets a high five, or low five, if you will, from B.J. Jenkins.
Everybody's had a good time tonight.
Next free throw, this one won't go, but Ackland got 1 out of 2. 68-49, 44 seconds to go. Cogburn gives it out front. Well, what a second half. Vikes are up by 9, and they just exploded early in the second half. And here's a steal by Ackland. Takes it away and gives it off to DJ. Vikings give it inside to Topol. Back out. They'll have to take one more shot. Here's Morgan McSmith. Leaves it for Ackland. Back into the corner to McSmith. Around to Augusto. Augusto spins. 16 in the game, 10 on the shot clock. Backdoor pass into Ackland, off the glass, won't go. Fights for own rebound. It goes out of bounds with 7.6 seconds, and Tim Dixon, a big smile on his face.
Tim's had a good time tonight, much better time than he had last Saturday.
Yeah. Boy, this game just flew by. And here comes Cogburn quickly into the forecourt to Helms. Down to 2, down to 1. Gets the shot off. It'll go in. So Helms gets a bucket at the buzzer. But, Joe, that is a nice win for Missouri Valley.
Let's hope that's one we can build on. We can build going into Saturday at Baker, and then next Wednesday night, first round of the conference postseason tournament.
We'll be back. Talk to the coach. Go over the scoring in a moment.
And Miguel Challenge. Meet Maya and the gang.
Oh, hi, I'm Maya.
Maya and her friends want you to get up and play, because it's always more fun to be active.
There's mountain biking, boating and fishing, mountain climbing and spelunking. Let's get started.
Get ready to take the Maya and Miguel Challenge.
Let's see.
Just go to letsmove.gov and look for Maya and Miguel. You'll find tons of fun activities that'll help keep you healthy and active. Muy activo. You can also check out healthy recipes to try with your family, play cool games, and get free downloads. So come hang out with Maya, Miguel, and the whole gang.
Go!
Remember, whether you play sports, run, dance, or jump in place, just get up and play at least an hour a day. And don't forget, eat healthy to be your best. Maya and Miguel will show you how at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and the Department of Health and Human Services.
Tim Dixon joins us. Coach, I told you before the game I could have given you a couple minutes, but you didn't need it. Your bench was fantastic tonight.
Yeah, everybody stepped up and played really well, and really happy about it. And we got some minutes for kids that really worked hard all year, and they needed to get some minutes, and real proud of them for playing so hard.
Alicia Winston had to step in. You were missing 26 points and 15 rebounds, and boy, did she ever step in. What a game she had.
Yeah, I mean, she works hard every day in practice, and just unfortunately, she's behind probably one of the newcomers of the year in a conference, and so she's, she worked hard, and I'm glad that she got rewarded today. I mean, she's a great kid, and I'm glad to have her, and hopefully we can keep this going positive direction with her and realize that she can actually play. So I'm really happy. Like I say, everybody stepped up. I can't be any more happier, and we'll see where it goes.
Coach, you're up 30-21 at the break, and then that first 4 minutes of the second half, you just really dominated. I think you went on a 12-2 run. What was the key there?
Well, we went to zone a little bit, and they missed some shots that I think they normally don't miss. But we really have been working this week and stressing on making sure we make contact on our screeners, and so our cutters will actually have somewhere to go and get the ball open. And so, again, we just cutters were wide open. When we get ball action and ball movement, kids can drive to the basket, which also is a big reason why we got to the bucket, and because those lanes were wide open based on our screens. So I'm really happy for that.
Well, you're 9-8 in conference play, solidified, we know, 5th place at least. 13-13 on the year. A win Saturday would put you over the 500 mark, would put you at 10-8 in this league and get a lot of momentum going for the postseason tournament. So it's a big ball game Saturday, isn't it?
It is. Hopefully we got Talea and Kiana will be healthy and ready to go. But, my goal all along was to be over 500. I mean, looking at our schedule coming in, I knew this wasn't losing an All-American, you just don't win 19 games, and especially when you looked at, we got our preseason William Woods and Ozarks and Friends, they were all nationally ranked, and so I was hoping if we could get 15, I'd be a happy person. For me, I didn't know if the administration would be happy with 15, but I was realistic, and so we slipped up a little bit, but the winning season. That's what we're truly trying to go for. And to be honest, I think, not looking ahead till playoffs, but we're going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be dangerous. We're finally getting it. Again, we were close to our average of 70 points a game. I mean, how much fun is it to come and watch us play basketball?
Oh,
to
yeah.
be quite honest. I mean, we don't score in the 50s. We got kids that can shoot, and we share the ball, and that's really what we're looking for next year too.
And really 9-8 in this league, and right in the middle of things. You're right, and I think you'll be right in the middle of things next week, no matter where you go.
Yep, absolutely, and hopefully it's here. I mean,
you still have a shot.
You got any scores for me?
Don't have any scores yet, but Culver plays at Benedictine. If Culver loses tonight, then they have to play at home against Avila. You never know.
Yeah, you never know, and we got to take care of business against Baker.
Yep.
And if we do that, then regardless of what Culver does, we'll have that advantage because we swept Baker where they did it. So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I appreciate everybody coming out and listening and watching. And it's a great home stand here, and kids deserve the win today on their last game of the year. Hopefully not here, but we'll see what happens.
All right, Coach, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy this one. We'll see you Saturday.
I will.
All right, Tim Dixon joins us as the Vikings win at 68-51, and unofficially, we'll go over the scoring before we get ready for the men's game, but it looks like Raina Smith had 16 points. I believe she was the leading scorer, and Alicia Winston not far behind. Well, Joe, you've got the official total, so let's just go over the scoring.
Well, the official 4 Vikings in double figures. Raina Smith leads away with 16. Alicia Winston close behind with 15. 12 for Andressa Augusto and 10 for Paris Johnson. So great balanced scoring. 8 points for Julia Vasquez, 4 for DJ Jenkins, 2 for Kelsey Griffin, and then a free throw at the end by Shelby Ackland. So good balanced scoring for the Vikings.
How about for Evangel? Who led them?
Evangel, 3 players in double figures. Amanda Landholt, she had 14. She had 4 from beyond the arc. She wound up with 14 in the game. 12 points for Allison Swanson, the big girl. Vikes did a pretty good job on her. 10 points for Braithen Helms, also in double figures. Then 6 for Regine Brown, 5 for Jessica Lessman, 3 for Heidi Cogburn, and 1 point for Paige Patterson.
So with the win, Vikings 9-8 in league play. We don't have any scores yet, and Evangel drops to 4-13, so they'll be in one of those play-in games on Monday night. Well, let's go get ready for the men's game.
Yeah,
what do you think?
This is a big one for the men. We need a win. If you want a real good shot at finishing in second place in the conference standings, need to get this one tonight.
All right, so we will take a break. We'll be back in about 20 minutes or so as the Crusaders, the conference champs, against the Vikes, tied for second. A big game for the Vikings coming up tonight. Joe and I will have it for you in about 20 minutes on Stretch Internet and on Livestream.com.